learners. Today we're going to be talking about solving two-step inequalities. And guess what? It's just like two-step equations. Miss Esther, if you would hold up your foldable. Remember that foldable that we did in class? Yeah, we're going to use that same foldable. How easy is that? All right, so let's take a look at our first example. So we're going to take a look at something that has a positive coefficient. Miss Esther, can you come up here and circle the coefficient for us, please, so we know what we're talking about? Okay, so notice our 2 is positive. Step 1, the first thing we have to do is we need to remove the constant. That's the number that's on the same side as the variable by performing the inverse operation. And don't forget to use your T-chart strategy, okay? So Miss Esther, what number is our constant in this inequality?
The 6 is our constant.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
Well, it says add 6, so I have to do the opposite, so I'm going to subtract 6.
Okay. Something's missing, Miss Esther. What do you think that could be? I feel out of balance for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I have to do it to the other side.
Oh, okay. I feel back in balance now. Good. Okay.
Now I can mark these out, and I'm left with 2 n's. Oh, whoops.
Okay. Undo and undo.
-4 minus 6. Let me change that to plus negative. Ooh. -4 plus -6, that'll be -10.
Okay. And if you're not sure how to change it, you can always make your T-chart. We had a -4 plus a -6. They're both on the negative side, so we have an answer of -10. All right, step 2 says that we need to isolate the variable by performing the inverse operation. And this time we might need to use our tic-tac-toe strategy. All right, Miss Esther, what are we going to need to do for this step?
Okay. I see my n is here, my variable, so I know I have to get rid of the 2. So it's being multiplied. I'm going to divide. Divide by 2 and divide by 2 on the other side too. And these cancel out, and I'm left with n. -10 divided by 2.
So I'm going to draw my tic-tac-toe. And then I'm going to take a look at what I've got. I've got -10 divided by a positive 2. So negative divided by a positive should give me a positive or a negative answer.
Okay, so I have -5.
Okay. Now step 3. This is new. This is a new step. I'm going to put it in green. A new step. We need to ask ourselves, did I multiply or divide by a negative number? And you'll see that come into play in our next slide. In this case, we divided by a positive number, so we can go ahead and skip to step 4. Okay, so now our step 4 is we have to check our solution by testing a number on both sides. So we know that n should be less than or equal to -5, so our answer comes out to be -4. So I'm going to erase all of this right here so we can test our solution. So we think that n is less than or equal to -5. So Miss Esther, can you pick a number that's less than or equal to -5?
-10.
-10. Okay, so we're going to plug it back into our equation. We're going to substitute that value that Miss Esther chose for n. And we're going to see if it is indeed less than or equal to -4. We're going to follow order of operations and...
Okay, so 2 times -10 will give me -20 plus 6. So now -20 plus 6. I can remember from my number line that I need to go start at the -20 and work towards the other side. So I'll actually just take the difference since my sign are different. 20 minus 6. I know it's going to be negative because 20 is bigger.
Okay, that's all right. So we've got -14 less than or equal to -4. So if we took a look at a number line, we would see that -14 is further away from 0, So it is indeed smaller than negative 4. So that's how we know that our solution should be less than or equal to negative 5. Now if we chose a number that was bigger than negative 5, we could see what happens. So let's choose a number that's bigger than negative 5. We could choose 1. That's a really easy number to work with. So let's put 1 into our equation and see what happens. Whoops. This is what happens when you use technology, ladies. Okay? Alright, so let's put 1 into our equation.
Okay. 2 times 1 plus 6. Well, that's easy. 8. It says 8 is less than or equal to negative 4. Well, that's not right.
That's not right.
8's greater.
So we know for sure that n has to be less than or equal to negative 5 as our answer. So whenever we find a solution and we test it, we need to make sure our number is less than or equal to negative 5.